Hello folks, this is Untitled from INFRA-RED and today we have the LeMax smartphone here with us for a detailed hands-on review of the same. So guys, without wasting much time, let's begin. The LeMax features an all-metal unibody aluminum design and is available in silver and gold colors. It weighs at 204 grams and it's around 8.95 mm thin. And apart from this, the overall design feels really solid to hold in hand. It has a 6.33 inch display, and on the left hand side you have the volume rocker and another priority notification button, and on the back you have the camera slightly bulging out and the fingerprint sensor. The sides feel very nicely polished, and on the bottom you have the speaker grills as well as the USB-C type connector. And apart from this, on the back you have the LeTV logo and the dual flash. The camera is a 21 megapixel camera. The display is a WQHD quad HD display, 2560 into 1440 pixels. It's a sharp LCD technology with 90% NTSC color gamut, which means a very saturated display, 10-point multi-touch and 1300 to 1 contrast ratio. And apart from this, it's a 6.33 inch display, which means that it's significantly large. It's in the phablet zone, but it was a pleasure to use this display and to see it. And apart from this, the smartphone comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 processor clocked in a 2 GHz octa-core processor, 4 GB of RAM. It has a 3400 mAh battery and it runs on Android 5.0 out of the box. It's a dual SIM device which accepts both micro SIM as well as nano SIM. And overall user interface etc. is very different from standard Android, as it is EUI, Android 5.0 based EUI, which is a custom skin type of thing which is used by LeEco, which was formerly LeTV. The display is something which is really gorgeous on this smartphone, and it's a very edge-to-edge bezel-less type of display. Animations etc. on the EUI are pretty nice. The LeMax features a 64-bit Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 chipset, which has an octa-core 2 GHz ARM Cortex-A57 and ARM Cortex-A53. It has 4 GB LPDDR4 RAM and 64 GB of eMMC5 storage, which is really fast storage and something which aids for really fast file transfers and smooth operation in your device. And as is visible over here, other details, battery has the capacity for fast charging, and look at the list of sensors over here. It has gyroscope, compass, magnetometer, gravity sensor, proximity sensor, light sensor, hall sensor, infrared sensor, as well as fingerprint sensor. So it has a lot of sensors. The smartphone features a lot of sensors, and this is the camera, 21 megapixel back camera and a 4 megapixel 2 micrometer ultra pixel front camera, which has very great clarity in terms of shooting selfies. So this was with the beautification feature turned on this smartphone, so you can look at all of the wrinkles and everything. It's just gone. All of the wrinkles, everything is gone. So that's really great. And the 21 megapixel back camera has a very nice clarity, and overall color reproduction was excellent on this one. As is visible, even on zooming this much, there is even more detail left to be seen on the picture. And let's just check how much can we zoom in on this one. So that's the guy in the background. So as is visible, he is very far off, and still we are able to see the patterns on the walls and patterns on the architecture as well as the guy in the background. And when we zoom in on this one, you can see that the text and even the individual components of the text can be seen. So that's really great and talks volumes about the clarity of this device's 21 megapixel camera. It's a Sony sensor, so that's something that talks about the capabilities. It is able to shoot 4K HD videos, which we have already uploaded on our channel, which you can see the samples and test for yourself. It supports USB on the go, but we had to find a USB type C adapter, USB type C on the go adapter, so it worked. And apart from this, it was able to play 4K HD videos with stunning detail. The display is so good for watching videos. A 6.33 quad HD display and 4K HD videos played on this without any lag. It looked really great, and it's very highly geared for media consumption. So that's some of the things about the smartphone. And moving forward, let's just test the Antutu benchmark on this one so that we get a realistic idea about how does the smartphone perform under real world conditions. We also did a small heating and temperature test while we were using this one, and we were running the Antutu benchmark. So the maximum that it reached was in the range of 35 degrees Celsius, and even that was on some places only. maximum on the screen was around 32 to 33 degrees Celsius, so the smartphone didn't heat up that much, and we got a final score of around 80,906 on the Antutu benchmark, which is a very great score and almost comparable, and it has a lot of apps, everything running in the background. Still it got a very nice score. On the Geekbench 3 we got a score of 1326 on single core score and 3491 on the multi-core score, so that is very great score in terms of comparing it to almost many other devices out there. On the Nina Mark II benchmark we got a score of around 60 frames per second, which is a very respectable score in the very high region, and it has infrared sensor, and this is the infrared remote control application present in the smartphone. On the top there is the infrared sensor which can be seen, and the infrared remote control application has a lot of options to control your televisions and other appliances while doing light gaming and while playing games like Crossy Road, bike racing, etc. It was very easy and the experience was nice, but only when we play very high level, very high HD games on this one, then we would get to know how good they look on the Quad HD display of this smartphone. It is geared for media consumption and there's no doubts in that, but still when we get to review this device for an extended period of time, then we would tell you how good it is. And overall the UI was nice. The EUI is something which is a little bit more animation centric, and we have seen in the past whenever a UI has a lot of options and animations like that, it tends to get a bit laggy, but this smartphone has 4 GB of RAM, and when we use this one for a long period of time, then we would tell you that how does it perform in a extensive usage session. The fingerprint sensor was something that we tested during our initial usage, and we found out that it took some time to work. It wasn't as great as we have seen on the Nexus 6P or on the CoolPad Note 3, but still it was nice enough. The smartphone would retail for a price of 32,999 for the 64GB version and 36,999 for the 128GB version. The Sapphire version is priced at 69,999, which is an invite based smartphone. LeMax would be available on Flipkart from 16th February. So guys, this was all for our LeMax initial hands-on video. In case you like this, then don't forget to hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is Aja signing off.